G'day, everybody. Welcome back to the show. My name's Alivar Jones. If you don't know who we are, I represent several teams of very highly trained astral projectors, and we fly around and we work to shut down the cabal. And we've been working very hard for a few years, and this YouTube channel is a log of our adventures. And today's topic is one of my it's a bugbear for me. Like I keep meeting this whole conversation point over and over again with the spiritual community. It drives me nuts because it's total nonsense. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Metatron and Metatron's cube. Now, everybody seems to think that Metatron is an amazing guy who's really wonderful and helpful, and he wants the best for the world, and he's here to help humanity. And the exact opposite is true. So I want you to think of things like this. And not only is he a bad guy masquerading as a good guy, also he has roped in the entire angelic kingdom to perpetuate this lie. So here's how the story goes. I want you to imagine a city, right? And they have an element of gangsters there. And the leaders of the gangsters are Satan and Lucifer, right? Yeah, easy enough to understand. But, you know, they also have a police force. And that police force, the chief of police, his title is Archangel and his name is Michael, right? Or Gabriel, as it was in the past. I think that changed over about 1980 or in the mid-80s, I think. But I want, and you know, that would be normal to have a troop of gangsters and a police force who battle it out over for what the character of the town, right? But what if I told you that both of these groups answered to the same boss? What if the chief of police and the chief of gangsters had the same boss? They answered to the same dude. That dude would be Metatron, right? Now, would you want to live in that city? Would you ever really want to live in that city? I wouldn't, right? Because this is what it's about. And it's so simple and obvious when I explain it to you. You'll wonder why you never thought this before. The gangsters will always rape and pillage or do whatever they do to the people of the city. And the police force, because they're on the same team as the gangsters, will never actually halt their work, will never arrest them all, will never shut down their operations, won't break their backs, won't end that organization like they should. And why? Because they work for the same guy. And so the demons or the gangsters are there to suck from the souls of humanity. And the angelic crowd, if they really wanted to save us, they would have put an end to this 10,000 years ago. They would have stopped this before the time of Solomon. They would have done their job as police, as astral police, and shut down all of the demonic force. But they haven't. And why? Because they're there to fulfill a role. Us as humans are not supposed to stick up for ourselves. Us as citizens of this city are not supposed to stick up for ourselves. We're supposed to call the police or the angels. But the angels are part of the gangster network. They are work for the same boss as them. So the police will never actually help you. But there's one thing they do, and that's prevent you from helping yourself. See, the worst thing that they could possibly dream of is that the citizens go vigilante on the gangsters. That's the thing. That's the reason the angels are here. I'm dying to hear another reason why angels are here. And I do want this to be stitched together by other mystics who propose who propagate the angelic story. Anyone who's channeling the angels, I'd love you to answer this particular video. You see, the angels are just there to stop us from helping ourselves. We are more powerful than both sides. Now, as I'm saying, the worst thing that they could have happen is for humanity to go vigilante on demonkind. And that is exactly what our astral travel teams are all about. All of this drama, it's up to us to end it. We don't want to rely on the angels who could have done this 10,000 years ago. We don't want to rely on the Pleiadians or some other alien race who also could have done this 10,000 years ago. They all tell us they're our brothers and that they love us, and then they watch 1 million children disappear from the surface of this planet every year. You figure out what's going on there. I want you to know that Metatron, who is at the top of this food chain, right? In the Bible, he is the only one that sits down in the presence of God. Everybody else stands when he enters the room. Why? Because he doesn't respect him. He's on the other side. But his public relations is excellent. He even has an entire department called the angels where he manages, where he pretends to police himself, where he pretends to manage the influence of his demons. Like, what nonsense. Has nobody seen this? Has nobody figured this one out? It strikes me as so obvious, but I've had this conversation with many, many, many spiritualists, and I just think that the angels are the good guys here is an indoctrination piece. I think it's part of an indoctrination story. And as we all go through our apprenticeships and we all go through our learning stages, like, this is what we're showing. And the angels do give us good juice, good energy when we get in contact with them, but they're not going to do their real job, which is police their fallen brothers, the demon hordes. So that's where I stand on it. And I put this out there. I want you to share this with all the goody two-shoes, love and light type mystics out there, because I'm dying for a response to this charge. They're not here to help us. They're actually here just for public relations. Love to you all. I can't wait to hear your opinion in the comments. Stay wonderful. I've got a course coming up in January, so sign on through my website to get onto that. Ciao for now. Bye.